On this edition of Graco Garage, we'll be looking at the 5-to-1 double ball piston pump used on the sanitary tote unloader and drum unloader systems. This is for the SaniForce unloaders. So the disassembly, here is a Graco spanner wrench, as well as a big wrench. This is how we remove the coupler to divorce the air motor and the lower. You want to get your wrenches together and you want to pull them together and be sure you don't lose those brass adapters. That's really what's holding everything together when the coupler is tightened. And go through and remove our clamps, lift it up, and we're able to move our pump. So just to look at some of the tools we like to use, a little small screwdriver or a pick. Okay. What we like to start with is these retaining pins in the bottom. There's 2 O-rings that we want to remove. Easiest way to do that is with a little small screwdriver. That's what I like to use. A little flathead. It does a fairly good job. You just roll it over one of the sides. You get your fingers in there and you're able to pull that pin out. The other one is just resting in there. Now we want to get that lower check assembly moved or removed, the ball check. Take a little hammer or a little mallet and tap on the top. Now we have that lower section. There's our ball. We have our O-ring that's used to retain or hold that in. I like to get that off as well. Okay. So now we want to get rid of or want to move out the piston itself. So we want to take that top cup out there. That's our bearing cup. It keeps everything sealed in, keeps material from coming out of the top. Remove that with the O-ring there, and we want to get that seal bearing. It's a plastic or white plastic material. Want to remove that. You can do it with a screwdriver. I oftentimes have a tendency to use a screwdriver with a small hammer. And you want to be careful not to score or damage the white bearing. Sometimes you need to just get it in around the outside there to get it to actually move. Once it's loosened a little bit, you're able to get in there and pull the bearing as well as the U-cup assembly there with an O-ring, and then you're able to pull the piston out. This has a retaining pin that holds the ball in place. It's a ball stop, as well as keeping the lower portion of that assembly together. And on this assembly, okay, there's a couple of sealing surfaces that we want to remove those O-rings and get a good clean on those as well.